Kathianne Lewis here, and it's Wonderful Wednesday, and it's time for a faith lift. You know, sometimes spirituality can be misinterpreted. We can interpret it like, if I just do my spiritual practice, everything will go okay. And I'm just going to be positive. And I'm just going to bless everything. And those are good techniques. They're really good techniques. They help to shift consciousness. But there's more to being a spiritual person than just smiling and blessing things. There has to be a deep shift. A shift from I'm by myself, I'm asking God for things, and then the shift into right where I am, God is. So let me talk to you about some things that I think get in the way of making that shift. The first one is, and I wrote notes, so I got to look at this. The first one is, we can't just put affirmations on some really bad core concepts. Like a core concept might be that I'm not worthy, or a core concept might be that I'm not good enough, or nobody likes me, or it's never going to work out, or everyone else wins and I don't. I mean, those are pretty core concepts that we sometimes aren't even conscious of, but they're still running us. And to just put an affirmation over that says, everything's going my way, everything's going my way, is like, and I've used this before at church, and I hope you aren't too offended, it's like putting frosting on a turd. The turd is still the turd. There needs to be, I think, either through journaling or spiritual coaching or working with a practitioner or going to classes or just some deep inner work by yourself. There needs to be some reflection of, what am I telling myself? What do I really believe? And is that true of God? If it's not true of God, there's a good chance it's not really true of me. Because if God is good and created everything, then it created me as good. So my idea that I'm not good is probably not a good idea. And that takes some introspection, because so many times we fall into the second bad thing that we do, not bad, hindering behavior for switching the dial to knowing that we're a spiritual being having a human experience. And the second thing that we do is that we interpret the amount of emotion or feeling that we have towards a thing to be an interpretation of that's the truth then. For instance, we can make a mistake and feel so bad about it, so bad that we will energize that mistake and interpret it like, this is true, I'm a mistake, I always make mistakes, I can do nothing else but make a mistake. And that's not true either. So we need to notice that we have emotions and that we have triggers, but they're not always indications of capital T truth. They're more like a wound that just keeps getting poked, and so therefore it's very painful. And don't interpret it as the truth. If someone appears to not like you, don't let that be evidence. See, there's evidence I'm never liked. No, some person doesn't like you. Well, guess what? You probably don't like somebody either. And you can even love them, but just not get along with them. That happens. That happens. And the next thing is that I think sometimes spirituality is dummied down to just being, I'll be positive. And some people have called that a spiritual bypass. How are you? I'm fine. Maybe you're not. Be willing to say, I'm not so good today. I'm having some feelings. I'm having some memories. I had a big upset and I'm not my best, but I know I will get through it. Is a more truthful saying. See, God doesn't work in our positivity. God works through truth. And when we're always speaking the highest truth we can at any given time, we're allowing God to work through us and lift us up into greater and greater and greater truth. Such as, I'm not feeling so good today. Actually, I'm not feeling so good today. Once again, I got triggered. But guess what? That's a trigger. It's not who I am. And what one person believes about me is not who I am. Because I still am a reflection an emanation, a piece of creation that is an expression of goodness because I was made out of goodness. See, I can have that little blip, but then I remind myself of a higher truth. And I can say that that little blip kind of stung, but you know what? I also know I'll get through it, and tomorrow I won't even care. So I hope that helps, my dears. Because as spiritual beings, we are evolving beings, and there's no end to the power we will find within ourselves. There's no end to the depth of wisdom that we will discover within ourselves. And there's no limit to the love that we will have for ourselves and for all other people and all creation. So the more we learn, the more we pay attention, the more we tell the truth, the more we're willing to look at things, the more we're willing to consider things, the more we're willing to say, wow, I've been told this about 3 times. I wonder if it's true. And the good stuff. Because this is the other thing. We pay more attention to criticism than we do compliments. So, where are you putting your attention today? Think about that. And so it is.
I am light. I am light. My family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. Mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the past I left behind. I am light. I am light. You are 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 not the color of your eyes. You are not the skin on the outside. You're not your age. You're not your race. Your soul inside is all light. It's all light. We are 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 divinity defined. We are the God on the inside. We're made of the stars. We're part of it all. We